Hi everyone, and welcome to Algebra 1A. We are solving two-step equations. Okay, so two-step equations involve the idea of PEMDAS, except it's going to go in the reverse. So in other words, we're going to go SADMAP. Okay, so in other words, we're going to do addition and subtraction first, focus on that, working backwards. Then we do the multiplication, division, and then we do the exponents in parentheses. Although you guys in Algebra 1A aren't going to see the exponent in parentheses that much this semester. Okay, so there's three types. There is multiplication mixed in with subtraction. There is multiplication mixed in with addition. Okay, there is division mixed in with subtraction. Okay, and there is division mixed in with addition. Okay, so first off, the first typical one is, if you remember we do the opposite or the inverse operation. So in other words, we see addition, so we are going to add 5 to both sides. Okay, and we get 3x equals 17. Okay, and then you divide by 3 on both sides, and this is how you write the division. You're not now here's the key thing though, is you're not dividing by 3x, you're actually dividing by 3. So please understand, you want to keep it within that same realm. So x should be equal to 17/3. Now leaving it as an improper fraction is totally fine. If you'd like to get the mixed number, I'm okay with that, albeit it's going to take me a little bit longer to grade it. If you want a decimal, you have to get the exact decimal whenever you do decimals. So be very careful. With fractions, you just leave it as improper and you're okay. Alright, so on this one, instead of starting out with addition first, we do subtraction because we see an add 6. Alright, so we minus 6 from both sides, and we get 4x equals negative 18. Okay, and then we divide both sides by 4. Now when you're dividing this, and if you notice you're going to have a fraction that's not all the way reduced, please reduce the fraction the best you can. So when you get negative 18 fourths, I don't want just negative 18 fourths, I want negative 9 halves as your answer. I want you to reduce the fraction as much as possible. Okay, so on this one, we are going to add 7 to each side. X divided by 6 is equal to 12. And then on this one, we're going to times both sides by 6 instead of divide. So we times by 6 on both sides, and we get x equals 72. Okay, so we can jump up real fast on that. Now on this one, we still do minus because you always want to do the minus one first. If you do the other one first, it tends to get a little bit messy. Okay, so y divided by negative 3 is equal to 14. Okay, then we times both sides by 3, negative 3. Now, when you're timesing both sides, you want to pay attention to the sign. So if you are not paying attention to the sign of what you're multiplying or dividing by, you're not doing this correctly. So y should equal negative 52. Okay, now if you'd like to take a problem such as a division problem or a multiplication problem, x divided by 2 plus 4 equals negative 8, okay, you can actually start out by multiplying everything by 2. But when you multiply everything by 2, you better multiply every single number by 2. So that means all 3 of these parts. Then you would get x plus 8 equals negative 16, and then you minus 8 from both sides. So technically you don't have to do SADMAP. You don't have to do SADMAP to both sides to get the right answer, but you do have to follow the right order. So for example, if we had a problem that was like this, x divided by negative 5 plus 12 equals 3. Okay, and I multiplied everything by negative 5, but I only did the first number and then this number on the right side. I will have done this incorrectly. So please understand, when you multiply everything, x plus 12 equals negative 15. This is not the correct way to do it because you completely skip this number in multiplication, whereas over here we multiplied it. So you have to be careful if you do it that way. If you'd like to do that with division problems, I'm totally down with it. You're going to still get the same answer. With the multiplication problems, I'd really do the division, like for example, if I had 4x minus 8 equals negative 20. If all three numbers were divisible by 4, I would say, yeah, go ahead, try it out. So I would divide all three numbers by 4. You could do that. Okay, but you have to do all three numbers. So x minus 2 equals 5, and then you could do your simplification beyond that. So x would equal 7. You know, okay. So once again, please do not forget to multiply or divide everything in the beginning. So you could actually interchange these two. Okay, do I recommend it? No, it gets a little bit more confusing. If you just focus on getting rid of the add or subtract constants first, then I think you're going to make your job a whole lot easier. Alright guys, that's it for talking about solving two-step equations. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.